brand new Grom.
G'day guys, we're just putting a bit of a video together for anyone who needs to replace either the main controller for the Grom, or perhaps even the main wiring loom if you've damaged that and need to replace it. I'm just going to take you through quickly how to take the battery off, how to take the seat off and access the wires from inside and just replace the panel. And then we're also going to show you how to rethread the main wiring loom through the middle of the frame to replace that. So it's going to take you through some of the tools that you might need. You'll need maybe a 10mm ratchet and some Allen keys. That's about it. First of all, you need to take the battery off so you can access the 3 little bolts which connect the controller up to the frame. Right guys, as you can see, once you get your key in, this battery can just be lifted out and placed out the way. And you can see up under here, we've got 3 bolts which hold the controller in place. Just a matter of selecting and 3. Now your bike might have one of our weather guard proofs on top. That'll just sort of fall out the way as well. Now that this is just hanging, what we've got to do is take off 2 of the 10mm bolts under the seat at the front and 2 of the 10mm bolts at the seat at the back and pop the seat off. So we just use our 10mm bit. And they should come out with a 10mm washer and a 10mm threaded nut. Next, we've got to take the fairing off, the rear guard. So you've either got an Allen key or you might even have another 10mm bolt to take this one off. Once we've got the rear guard off, just put that to the side, and you'll see we've got another 1, 2 bolts which need to be undone. Again, that'll come with 10mm washer and a threaded nut. Then we should be able to just pull the seat off. Now what you'll see, that'll give us access to this panel, which we'll need to take off by 1, 2 little screws, bolt with another Allen key. So we're just using an Allen key just to go in that bolt there. And what I'm using is just another piece of my ratchet to use this as leverage, just to crack the pressure off that nut. And there's our other one, which loosens our plate and gives us access to our wires here. Guys, once we're at this stage, we want to be able to remove the controller. First of all, we just disconnect the main wiring loom. Then we connect our, it's a 6-wire loom by pressing the button on the top, and then our motor cable. So green for green, undo that, yellow for yellow, and blue for blue. Once that's done, that is the motor wire. That just goes off to the side. Then we can just thread this through the hole underneath, just being careful not to drag those wires on the way out. And that is how you take off your controller. And then you can put your new controller in. It just goes back in the same way. Remember, if you've got that weatherproof guard, make sure you put the weatherproof guard on first, thread them back through, and then connect them all up. So just the same as in reverse. It is a little bit harder to get the weatherproof guard on and putting these 3 bolts in, but you'll probably have a little mark to where the old bolts were through, so you can line them up. So guys, to do the next bit, I've just cut a little bit of whippersnapper wire. You can use string, something that's going to be sturdy, so we can thread this through. We're just going to attach this with some duct tape or some electrical tape to the wiring loom. So then when we pull it out, once we replace the cable, we can pull the other motor cable back in. So guys, now that we've got this coil off, you can see we've got 2 cables going back here. One is going to be the rear brake, and the other one is going to be the main harness. The main harness will be the thicker one of the 2. So you can grab this, and then at the same time, you want to be sort of just slowly feeding this through so it doesn't grab on anything. Then we have our main wiring harness out, and we have a leftover string or cable on either side. So when we attach the new one, we simply attach it to the cable, and then we slowly thread that through again. After you get to this point, then you can undo the rest of the coil, and then that'll lead you up to the rest of the wires at the top, and these are all plug and play Juliet cables. Just pull all them out and then replace your cable. So guys, when you get to the point where you're putting in your nut and your washer into these 2 little bolts, it's actually probably the most difficult part about the whole process, and it's on quite a bit of an angle. A good trick we found is once you put your nut in, if you've got your washer, if you put a little bit of electrical tape around the sides of your washer and you actually stick this down over the face of that, you're going to have less chance of it sort of falling out. So when you go to actually connect it, you can see there, it's not in there anymore. and it's up locked with the seat on. Guys, when you get to this point, it's probably really good idea to inspect all your cables, give the bike a little bit of a wipe out inside, and go ahead and connect everything back together and put everything back in reverse. Hope this helps, and we'll see you on the trails.